Hey guys, welcome to a new video. Just a short one today about Unsealed Spellbook and perfect timing the stopwatch. Kind of like a meta update really. We're seeing it everywhere right now, especially in Korean solo queue and pro play. I'm going to take a wild guess and say LCS will be full of this as well when we get to that this weekend. But LCK, the Korean Pro League, has just started and it made it even more obvious. But these are things that they were using in solo queue and we can use as well. In the LCK alone this week, we have had Ornn, Ryze, Malzahar, Vladimir, Sivir, Twitch, Zoe, Tahm Kench, Veigar, Alistar and Orianna all run Unsealed Spellbook. Alistar was quite funny, like he had Ignite to start the game, then he swapped to TP around the map and gank people, then swapped to Ghost for team fights. You probably noticed Sivir and Twitch, right, within those ones. That sounds a bit weird, and for weaker laners, weaker AD carries basically, it does kind of make some sense. I've been trying to wrap my head around this for a few days since I saw Prey playing in solo queue. It's really weird, it's pretty cheese, but I played twice actually in my placements. When it works, it really works. Like it's really good, but when it doesn't and you can't cheese with it, it's just not that good. In my opinion, in solo queue for a laner, like a mid laner, it can be really good on a lot of different champions and you probably want to try it, but for AD carries, it is hard to use. So what's the deal? Why is Unsealed Spellbook suddenly so good? Well, one, the opportunity cost is lower now. AD carries especially are taking more defensive rune choices and Unsealed Spellbook can be classed as defensive really. If you think before we were taking damage runes, press the attack, damage keystone, we will lose out on a lot of damage by taking Unsealed Spellbook and not taking press the attack, but now we don't have that issue. It's also the same with mid lane. Poke runes and keystones were nerfed already. Not as bad of a trade-off now if we take Unsealed Spellbook. Swapping summoners obviously is one of the main things. That's the second thing we're going to look at. For AD carries, there is a very clear pattern normally if you're going to try this. You start the game with heal. If you fight level 2 or early, you will definitely need a heal, so you do have to start the game with it really. You're going to base and you're going to swap your heal for teleport. Now, I did this when I had 1300 gold for a BF sword. TP back to the lane, miss no minions, and keep the lane pushing. The really good thing about this is the enemy AD carry is going to have to wall back to lane. So at some point, that AD will have to base. Like, you now have an item advantage. You're going to be a lot stronger. And when they do, they will likely miss 1 to 2 at least waves of minions. And you get like 50% free tower damage or more. Then after the lane phase, when you have that cheese part, you swap back to heal and team fight like you normally would already. Sometimes they also swap heal for things like cleanse if they are dying to crowd control, but that's more for higher ranks. The main ones that I see for other lanes are more like ignite to kill things. TP for harder lanes, you base, you buy, you come back obviously, and then heal for a more defensive side. Obviously then you swap in team fights, which depends on the champion. It really does depend as well. Like Tahm Kench, right, had exhaust in the lane phase, but then swapped to cleanse for team fights. That was because in that game specifically, they had an enemy Veigar who was stunning him with his cage and stopping him from eating his teammates and running away. The third side of this, the last one, having reduced summoner spell cooldowns is really good if you are thinking about it properly. So for AD carries, this is quite good because your heal and flash are actually very long cooldowns in the game, right? If you use it for one team fight, chances are in the next one, you're not going to have that available again, which is quite a big disadvantage. With Unsealed Spellbook and Cosmic Insight normally paired together from the same tree, you have 30% reduction. That is going to make your flash cooldown 3 minutes 30 instead of 5 minutes, and your heal will be 248 instead of 4 minutes. There is a much higher chance to have those summoners back for the next fight. That's kind of the point. When you put the choice like that, you can have the healing from Fleet Footwork, or you can have your summoner heal and your flash cooldown back for a team fight. What would you rather have? Bit of healing or a summoner heal and be able to use your flash? You have to remember as well, this works best on Sivir and Twitch, right? Mainly in mobile champions who cannot get away and have no self-heal. They need their summoners to survive a lot more than like a Tristana, who we don't use this on. It's even true in a different way about Ryze or Malzahar. They want their big flash cooldown up for every team fight so they can flash engage or flash combo. The other real advantage as well is the most underrated part of Unsealed Spellbook, I think. If you have it and the opponent doesn't, you have this window to abuse them. What this actually looks like in game is if you flash forward and they flash away, yours will be up 90 seconds before their flash cooldown. That gives you that 90-second window where you can flash on them and they cannot flash away now. As a mid laner, this is often a flash engage with follow-up from your jungler. If you think of a Malzahar R or a Ryze W, for example, they can't get away from that and the jungle comes in, it's an easy gank. That is obviously at high elo. It might be a bit more difficult at lower ranks where you don't have the coordination and stuff, but you get the idea. That's kind of why you want to do it. In solo queue, Prey has been playing this Sivir build, so have a lot of other people. I think I'm a Cutie Pie did it on stream as well, but it's not just pro play at all. It's something that I've been tracking since the start of 8.1 a week ago, so it's actually still good for our games. So that wraps up Unsealed Spellbook and perfect timing the stopwatch in a nutshell. Hopefully you should understand it a bit more now, but feel free to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching, but for now, I'll leave you with the robots.